Hello everyone, this is a video about this neglected, abused and not cared for Sony Walkman. This is a radio cassette recorder Walkman that is really sought after, but unfortunately it has been abused and used and damaged. But I tried to, because of the quality of these are really expensive if they are in good condition, because it has FM, MW and 5 band of short waves. That is really rare, and in total it has 7 bands, and the model number is Sony WA-6000, and it has obvious discolorations. I think it's mainly because it has been I think they stored this in the toolbox because it's been so damaged. I mean, you should have seen this before I cleaned it up. It was really bad. Anyway, you can see the discoloration. None of these marks are superficial. They are embedded into plastic. Someone left the batteries inside and they've been corroded. I have images from inside of this. And before I progress, let's have a look at all around this. This is the front. It has a tape counter and it has the tuning scale here, and then we have FM, MW, SW and 5 different SWs down here. We have tuning lights that when you are tuning into any stations, it just lights up. And this is the speaker. It works. And this is the grill that is discolored really badly. And then on the top we have all usual stuff: fast forward, rewind, play, record, and the stop and eject, microphone, and the power LED here. And then here we have the tone switch that is switching from low to high. The volume is smashed and only operates on high volume. I opened it and I cleaned it. I put it all together back again, but I couldn't fix it. But before that it didn't even work, but now it is tuned into highest volume possible. So that's why you can see that little Sony speaker system that I have back there. I explained to you how I come to create that. And then here we have tape, radio, and auto off. This auto off, I think, is just when the station finishes, it's just make the radio off, or maybe it has a timer. I never tried that. Anyhow, on the other side we have the tuning knob. It was really badly bent, but I fixed it somehow. And then here we have the strap. Strap is the only part that is intact, and no discoloration, nothing, and it works. On this side we have the ISS, which is the microphone and radio, and then earphone, and then DC in for 6 volts. And pay attention here, is center negative, so be careful when you are connecting anything into this. At the back you have the aerial was rusty, and I cleaned it as far as I could. And then here are the specification of the radio signals, and then here we have the battery. The battery was really strange, because both of them, they are going from negative to positive. And then in order to get 6 volts out of this, because in this combination you have a very strong 3 volts, but in order to get from this combination the 6 volt, you have negative, positive, and then from here there was a cable going back to here and then going back to there. So the main battery power was going from here and there. So it was very strange, and all the battery contacts from here to there, they've been corroded. I have them stored in that corner. I show it to you, but then I couldn't resurrect them, so I changed them to a better system. I show it to you, and now the battery is going negative, positive, negative, positive, because I thought this is more familiar and I could do it much easier. And all of that has been done by myself, and you can see identical of this on the other side, if you can if I can point it out there. So I've done that. So now let's put the batteries back in, and in order to put them back in, the only problem is the place is really tight, so you have to do it like so. So this is negative, positive, and then negative, positive, like so. Anyway, I have the pictures of that for you to see. So I fixed the battery, and everything now works, apart from the volume, which is it is out of production. They don't make these volumes anymore, these potentiometers. And then here there is another problem that I couldn't fix. It is partially fixed. The fast forward clutch is cracked, and I glued it somehow. I looked everywhere to find it. I show it to you in the pictures. I couldn't, so I had to resort to super glue. So I super glued it. But when you are fast forwarding, it makes this noise. But rewind, play, and everything is functioning now. And the microphone, I'm not sure. The microphone I tried is not working, but it records from the radio and records from this microphone, but not this one. Maybe I should have connected the cables to this microphone the other way around, because there has been a mark there as positive and negative. I just done that, and now it's not functioning, but is easy to fix anyhow. But this is just functional at the moment. And let me just show you what's happened to the cables. And as you see, these two, they've been back there. These are two positives. This was covered in rust, and somehow the battery leakage all over this, and then it's gone a little bit to the board as well. I cleaned everything, but I felt really sorry for this guy, and I thought, okay, let's fix it, and I fixed it somehow. And this was at the back of here, both of them rusted, and the board was rusted to the point that has been broken. And this is the other part. It was like so, and you can see it's really badly deformed. And to those people that they are somehow not really fully versed to just fault finding and solutions to the problems, some of these cables, they've been rusted. So if you see that the negative doesn't go with a multimeter in continuity, it wouldn't go from here to there on the board. So I had a hard time to find out what's happening. But if you see, the wire is rusted. So I had to change all these wires in order to get this working. So, I mean, luckily the other cables didn't cause me any trouble. But now, because the volume is stuck to the maximum, I use this speaker that I made from a VAIO computer that was obsolete. I took these speakers and cut them to size and then connect them together, and somehow you have a portable speaker without any amplifier. But before, it had an amplifier in there with a battery here. I mean, it was self-sufficient, but at the moment it's just the speaker without any amplifier to reduce the noise. Anyhow, just to show you, you see it's working, the MW is working as well. SW not so much. I think you need a better aerial system in order for it to work, or maybe the IC that is responsible for the SW is not working properly. So anyway, it works for the time being. And now we go to the tape, and the tape, and imagine now is at high volume, and if you see any distortions or anything from that speaker, it's just because it's just the volume to the maximum. And this is the low, and this is high. And then rewind forward. Okay, now I want to show you some images of the inside. This video is getting too long. So now we start from here. If you want to open this, there are 1, 2, 3, and 4 screws here, and nothing inside here. And when you open this, it opens from here. you are facing, let me just see, with this. Let me just see if I can maximize this. You're facing with this, and you can see the battery compartment that it was rusted, and I changed those and I changed those. These two are those that I showed you that was rusting and full of battery leakage, and there are some leakage here as well, but I cleaned all of that and it looks much better now. And the next image, I think this is the IC that is in charge of the radio, and behind here is the radio tuner and the cables that are going there. And this is the IC, and there are loads of cables here that you have to be very careful when you are opening this. When you are opening this, in order to just fold this and get access to the belts, you have to somehow be very careful. Take all of these, stickers out, and then, just gently just push it away, and then change the belt. And this is the belt, and it has two belts, one going from the motor to this capstan, and then one from here to the tape counter. And this one is the clutch for the fast forward that was broken, was cracked, as you see, and I super glued it. Let me just see. You can see the cables that I loosen it in order to have access to the back, and everything was intact, and I was really happy. And this is the tuning, somehow the belt that is going to the door. That is very unique, this system. And let me just see, and at the back of the Walkman, when you open it, it just shows you how to change the I think is the strap for the tuning. It just shows you like so. And then this is the microphone that I told you. Let me just maximize it. This is the microphone that I told you. You see the black, the red part. Maybe I should, swap these two to get it to work. And then this is another view from the top. And this is when the clutch of fast forward taken out. And these are all the mechanism of the cassette. And that is the speaker. 2 watts. And these are the cables that you have to be very, very mindful when you are opening this, because if you, they are very brittle. So you might, accidentally, disconnect them, and you don't know what's happened to it, where you should just reconnect it. So this is another picture of that. And then I wanted to show you a little bit of image of the back of the board, and here it is. This is the back of the board. Luckily there wasn't any electrolytic or aluminium capacitors surface mounting, so I was okay, but I think still it's going to benefit from changing all of these capacitors in order to have a better quality sound. And this is the volume, and I show you this volume. If you know how to find this volume, you can leave a comment down below, and I really appreciate that if I can purchase that one. They are very expensive as well. Anyway, and this is the back, and you can see the sign of rust. That's why I told you that, you know, maybe they kept this in the toolbox rather than a precious drawer of sort. And this is the tuner. These are the selectors and tuning LED. And then let me see if I can. This is the volume. This volume, I totally took it apart, cleaned it, and you know, put it back together. But unfortunately, somehow the surface that, you know, the volume was engaging, it was a little bit rusty, and it doesn't connect anymore properly. It's just you know, very temperamental, and it only operates on the loud sense of music, I mean the volume. And this is the volume on the side. I looked everywhere to find that, but unfortunately I had little luck. And you can see the cables, they just disconnect from the body of the PCB, and I had to find out where to connect them back again. Anyway, that was really an adventure. And this one is the bottom feeder that is going in there, and the head and everything is at the top. It's really hard to see there. And then it was really rusty and, you know, in a miserable condition. And you can see that there, if I can show you this, you can see that metal, you know, pipe or flexible pipe that is going to the door for the tuning scales. Anyway, this video is getting too long. I hope you enjoyed this video. I couldn't find any video on YouTube or anywhere for that sense to show you in details that I showed you how it works. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video, and until my next video, take care of yourself. Oh, sorry about that. The price of this, some people, they are selling this, if it's in good condition but not working, they are selling this above 50 up to 70 pounds. And if it's in this condition but not working, between 30 to 50 pounds. But if it's in excellent condition and working, they are selling this for 150 up to 200 pounds because of the radio and recording capabilities and all of that good thing. And maximum price to pay for this not working, I don't think you should pay more than 70 pounds in good condition, not like this. And if it's like this, not more than £50 not working. Anyhow, it's really old, and if you can find one in good condition, I fully recommend this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Until my next video, take care of yourself and each other, and as always, have a great time.